Hi there, my name is Travis, and today I wanted to talk about tobacco and sacred use of tobacco. There's a lot of different traditions that work with tobacco, so I'm mostly going to talk about just how I work with it. And a lot of this is based on what I learned from some of the South American traditions, and then just my own insights working with tobacco over the last 5 or 6 years. Mm. So tobacco is an incredibly powerful plant. Some people say it's maybe the most powerful of all the plant teachers. And it's so strong. When I first started working with it, I would get these little cigarettes. They're called mapachos. They're rolled with natural tobacco from the Amazon, called Nicotiana rustica. It's really strong, natural, pure tobacco. And I would share one of these with my wife, and it would take us like 3 or 4 days to finish it together. It was just so strong. I could only do like a puff or two at a time before it was too much for me. And before I started working with tobacco in ceremony and ritual, I was not a smoker at all. I just had no interest in recreational use of tobacco or just smoking it habitually. But the first time I went down to the Amazon and I was working with ayahuasca, they said it's a very good plant to work with, helps you in ceremony with just about anything. And so I said, well, I'm here. I'll see if I connect with it when I'm here. And honestly, I didn't connect with it at first until I went home and I would actually sprinkle a little bit of the Nicotiana rustica, the mapacho tobacco, into my spliffs when I smoked cannabis. And slowly I started connecting with tobacco through that actually. When I diluted it that way, it wasn't so intense, and so it was easier for me to connect with it in a way that was a little bit more pleasant for me. And it even completely changed my relationship with cannabis because when I was putting tobacco in there and I wanted to connect with it, I would pray, and I realized while I'm praying to tobacco, I should pray to cannabis too. And before that, I never prayed with cannabis. I just smoked it for fun. And so suddenly anytime I would smoke cannabis, I was praying. Anytime I was smoking tobacco, I was praying, and completely changed my relationship to cannabis. And I really have tobacco to thank for that. So the tobacco, I use it a lot of different ways. I use it for protecting myself in ceremony. I use it for cleansing myself during ceremony, after ceremony, in between ceremony. I use tobacco for smoking it, often in these rolled cigarettes or in a pipe. I also use it in something called rapé, which is a dried tobacco snuff that you blow into your nose with a blowpipe. And I use something called rapoté, which is you take the tobacco, soak it in water, and make basically like a thick, strong tea that's really like a juice almost. And you snuff that through your nose as well. Uh, it's a little stronger than the rapé, but very cleansing, very nice. Um, Sometimes I also use tobacco for offerings, and I'll sprinkle some to a place that I connected with that had a powerful energy for me, or I might sprinkle some around me in the four directions, just calling on those energies and giving an offering and reciprocation for with the spirits that I want to work with. Or if I'm going to gather plants, I want to go out and wild harvest some plants or gather plant medicine for doing ceremony, I'll often leave tobacco. Sometimes I'll even say I wanted to diet a tree like cedar. I'll go out to find the cedar tree I want to work with. I'll try to talk to it and pray a little bit, and then I'll blow tobacco all over it, especially where I want to cut the bark away from. I'll take the bark, I'll blow more tobacco on the space where the bark used to be that I took, and then I'll leave some more tobacco there as an offering for the tree. And so in that way, I'm really connecting with the tree before I've even drank it, just working with tobacco. And then even when I made the tea for dieting, I'll put it all in a big pitcher, pour some water on there, make myself a tea, blow tobacco into the tea. And when I'm going to drink a cup of tea, I'll blow tobacco onto it again, just empowering everything I do with tobacco because tobacco really helps you connect with other plant spirits. All the plants love tobacco. So I heard one tabaquero, which is basically a tobacco shaman. He said that if you master working with tobacco, you can heal with any of the plant medicines because you can guide all of the other plants through tobacco. So it's an incredibly powerful and versatile plant medicine. So a lot of times when I work with it, say I'm in my house, if I want to clean my house, purify the energy in the house, or maybe just put some protection around the house, I'll maybe grab one of these and I'll sit and hold it, and I'll pray for a little bit with my intentions. Like, I really want to protect my house right now. I want deep, powerful protection. Please help me, tobacco. Help me protect my house. And I'll blow into this little cigarette. I often like to blow 3 times just because I think that's a powerful repetition for intentions and putting intention in something. So I'll think of that prayer and I'll hold the intention in my mind, blow 3 times into here. So I'm putting my intention in this tobacco. Like I said before, it's an amplifier of intention, so it's a really powerful way to work with it. And I'll light it up and I'll go around my house blowing tobacco everywhere. If I feel like somewhere needs some extra tobacco, just my intuition tells me there, I'll blow a little bit extra. But I'll just go through all the house blowing tobacco on the walls, in the corners, in the middle of the room, on the furniture. And it's just a powerful cleansing and protective activity for your house. If I want to protect myself, I can actually give you a little example of what I would do. So I'd take this and I'll say something like, Tobacco Mapacho, please help me protect myself. Please let this smoke create a good protection for my body and for my spirit and my energy. Thank you. So I like to blow in a couple different spots. I like to do my arms first. I like to do my heart next, and I like to do it under the shirt. And then I like to do my head. A lot of times that's all I'll do. Sometimes I'll blow under my arms, kind of trying to protect my back. Sometimes I'll even lift up my shirt, blow in my stomach, something like that. I'll put this out. I only need a little bit. Yeah, so that's just a very simple protection way. If I feel like I have a lot of heavy energy I want to clean, I might at first have the intention, I'll do that whole thing, having the intention that I'm cleansing myself, and then I'll repeat it and do it again, having the intention that I'm now protecting myself. If I want to protect myself further, I'll sing an ikaro with that. I like to sing Shipibo mostly, especially for my protection songs. So a lot of times I'll actually even sing a protection song first, and then I'll do the sopla. A sopla is when you blow smoke on yourself or somebody. I'll sopla myself with the tobacco after my song to empower what I was doing with the song. So I'll armor different parts of myself with the song, like Nokan yoda panaki, nase donnen panaki, nokan shinan panaki, nase donnen panaki, nokan huinte panaki, nase donnen panaki. The song will keep going like that, but basically I was saying I'll protect my body, I'll protect my mind, my thoughts and my senses, I'll protect my heart, and I'll say donnen panakin means like steel-like protection. There's people think steel is really strong, so it's a powerful type of armor protection for ceremony. So I'll sing a whole song like that, blow the tobacco on myself to empower the song, and then I feel really good and strong and protected, especially when I do that at the start of ceremony. I like to wait till the effects of whatever medicine I'm working on start to come on. I let that energy build, and once I feel that energy's there and ready, I'll use that energy to empower my voice, my singing, sing to myself, blow the smoke, and then I'm set for ceremony, really good and strong. Even when I'm singing other songs, if I want to clean my own energy or sing to somebody else and clean their energy, a lot of times afterwards I'll blow some tobacco smoke to empower that song and really solidify that energy, or just after the song to add an extra layer of cleansing or protection or heart opening connection with the medicine. You can use tobacco for almost anything, so it's helpful with all of those. During ceremony, I'll use tobacco for all kinds of things besides protection and empowering songs as well. Say my mediation, my visions are kind of messy or dirty or confusing, erratic. I might smoke a little tobacco to clear and focus my mind, or I might blow it on myself just to help straighten the energy around me and my own energy. A lot of times, if I'm feeling really disoriented or kind of wild and erratic, I'll use rapé. Rapé is very powerful will ground you and focus and cleanse you and straighten out your energy in a very powerful way. So I especially like using rapé when I'm feeling like that. Um, if I'm working with the plant medicine feels light or weak, I'll use tobacco to help open it up sometimes and to strengthen the medicine or strengthen my connection with it. So say I'm working with San Pedro, and San Pedro's feeling a little light and I feel like it should be a little stronger. I might smoke some tobacco and just pray and ask the tobacco to help me connect with San Pedro, help open up my mind and my senses so I can really embrace the medicine. Or I'll use a rapé to help open that up, help have a deeper connection. If I'm in ceremony or even not in ceremony, but especially when I'm in ceremony, I feel like I need to pray right now. I might smoke a little tobacco or do some rapé just to empower my prayers. If I feel like I have some energy to let go of and I'm either stuck or I just want some help purging or letting go of that, I'll smoke some tobacco, do some rapé. Really helps clear energy and help you get past obstacles and helps you purge if you need to. Especially if you're having trouble puking, you need to have like a vomitivo type purge. Um, it can help sometimes to act. Normally when you smoke this type of tobacco, you don't inhale it, you just puff it with your mouth. But if you want help purging, you can suck it all the way into your lungs and try to inhale it, and sometimes it'll help you get that purge out. Or I'll use a good dose of rapé to help me get that purge out because strong amounts of tobacco can be purgative. Um, After ceremony, I almost always like to use tobacco to cleanse myself a little bit further, and it's a good final like cleansing and protection at the end of ceremony. And anytime I want to shift anything in ceremony, tobacco is a powerful way to do it because it magnifies all your intentions. So you want to connect with the serpent spirit, tobacco can help you. You want protection, tobacco can help you. You want cleansing, tobacco can help you. You want to bring in light and open your heart, tobacco can help you. You're getting tired, you want some energy and more focus in your mind, tobacco can help you. If you're getting disoriented and you want to focus, tobacco can help with that. You can heal just about anything with tobacco too. It's such a powerful plant medicine spirit. There's all these shamans in the Amazon called tabaqueros. They work with almost just tobacco and their songs to heal everything. And some of them are incredibly effective at what they do. People come to them with all kinds of problems, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual problems, and they use tobacco to work through those problems. And they'll use the smoke, they'll use offerings, rapé, rapoté, the nasal type snuffs. A lot of times they'll also make a juice that you drink, and usually you'll drink it and purge. It's called a tobacco purge. It's a really powerful way of working with tobacco. And of course, if you really want to deepen your relationship with tobacco, there's a couple ways to go around it. Um, the the best way, if you can manage it, is to do a tobacco dieta. I recommend doing that with a teacher, either an ayahuasquero or tabaquero or someone who's really experienced with tobacco, because usually when you diet tobacco, you're doing a purgative. And drinking the tobacco juice, for most people, is pretty safe, but it can be a little dangerous, and there have been rare cases of people dying from it. So I really recommend, if you're going to diet tobacco, do it with a teacher, unless you feel like you've done a couple diets, you're experienced with it, and you've been working with tobacco a long time, and you're experienced with it. You know that you're not overly sensitive to it, and you're healthy, and you have a tolerance to tobacco. You could probably do a tobacco diet on your own at that point. But for most people, I'd say have a teacher if you're going to diet it. The other way to work with tobacco and start to connect with it is just to work with it. Smoke it and pray. Ask it to talk to you, ask it to connect with you, use it to protect yourself, to cleanse your energy. Over time, you'll start building a deeper and deeper relationship with it. And it's a great way to connect with it. I know some people have been using tobacco for years and they've never dieted it, but they still have a really deep, strong connection with it just because they've been working with it for so long. And even if you do diet it, the longer you keep working with it, the deeper your relationship and your connection to it's going to be. And that's really where the power from working with plant medicines and different spirits come from, is your relationship and your connection with them. So you take the time to build that connection, be patient, and you'll see the fruits of that labor. When you put in the time and the work and the effort, the plants and the spirits pay that back to you. So, maybe don't expect to have the super powerful connection right away. You might, and you'll be lucky if you do. For me, it took me about a year before I started really feeling connected to and appreciating tobacco. And it's been 5 or 6 years, and lately my relationship with it has been deepening a lot. So it's just something that continues to build over time and never stops growing as long as you keep working with the plant. So I hope you enjoyed learning about tobacco. If you have more questions or comments or insights and want to share something about how you work with tobacco, please share it in the comments. Glad to share this with you. See you later.